mechanism is
Okay, please acknowledge your partner. Okay, so we're going to begin tonight by completing our last session. And, you know, in our last session we had the opportunity to, well, individually and as a group, to express our stand for transformation. How many of you were here last session?
Was I here? Yes.
I can't answer that. How many? Let's see, how many? All hands? Yep. So many of you, right? Now, several of you had people here with you, and you know, some registered, some didn't. Some of you didn't have people here. Some people didn't attend. Some people didn't attend because they didn't have guests. Look, wherever you are, right? Whatever category you're in, I want you to know it's really important to take a minute, to get complete about last session. Because we can't create unless there's a completion there, yeah? Yeah. So, failing to get complete after acting on a commitment will always result in a loss of power. I actually read that again today, and I'm like, it hit me. I was like, why don't I get this? I gotta get them to get it, right?
Say that. Can you say it one more time?
Yeah, failing to get complete after acting on a commitment will always result in a loss of power, right? So in the process of getting complete, you will also have the opportunity to learn something for the future. So we're going to take an opportunity now, we're going to take a moment to get complete about our last session, as I said. You know, I was actually a little bit disappointed because one of my friends, I invited my acting partner. She couldn't attend, and she was going to come, and I really wanted her to be there and extend an invitation. And you know, her dad came in town, so that was just a disappointment for me. But you know, it's her dad; they don't see each other. And then I invited another person, and they couldn't work it out to be there that night. So I was like, God, I was just really bad for the participants. So that's the story I created about myself, right? So I got that complete. So wherever you are, okay, there's some of you, there may be incompletions there, and I'm inviting you to come up and share to get complete about that. How many of you invited people that didn't come? Yeah. How many of you got, you know, there's a disappointment or a resentment or regret or something there in those invitations with people not coming? Anybody there? 2 people? Okay. And then how many people had people here with you? Okay. And then how many people had people here that registered into the forum? Okay, yeah. Great. And then how many of you weren't here at all? Okay. And anybody here wasn't here who invited guests to be here? Because I know that there's a couple of guests that walked in on their own. Okay, just check in. All right, so for those of you who are incomplete, we want to make sure everybody gets complete. So I saw 2 people raise their hands. And I want you to come up and let's get complete, okay? Want to come up and share? In the back row too, I saw you guys with your hands.
Well,
So we're going to create this a little bit too. So when we get complete about something, we're incomplete, we're not whole. So this isn't about like complaining or rackets or all that. You want to say what's incomplete with you so we can look at it and then have you get complete, right?
Actually, I just remembered at the last session I brought my assistant Nick and his partner here, and they registered for the forum. And
oh yes, I spoke with him.
Yeah. But you know, I've invited like there are people in my work, like the real estate agents that I want to invite, but I'm going to be honest. you know, when it's somebody close to me, I don't mind opening up and sharing with them and things like that. But when they're real estate agents, I have trouble, like, how do I explain this in a way that I'm not talking about it? So in a way that they can see what benefits they can receive from it. So what I was thinking about doing with them is just having Landmark send people to the work and letting you guys do it.
Well, we would love to do that.
Yeah?
What was the incompletion for you?
The incompletion was...
I can hear it, but I just want to have you discover it.
I think I get frustrated sometimes, you know, because sometimes I don't know what to say or how to say it. It's just, it's in my mind, maybe that's the problem, it shouldn't come from my mind, but in my mind, it's like, I start talking to them, and if they look at me funny, I stop in my tracks, and then I stop talking, you know, because I feel like they're not understanding what I'm saying, or whatever.
I'm just laughing, you said funny. What does looking at you funny look like?
Like I have 3 heads.
I was going to say, you do!
Okay, never mind. Yeah, so like sometimes they'll squint or they'll
So what do they say?
Or they'll go,
Okay.
you know?
So what do they say to you?
No, nothing. They're just looking at me.
Okay, and then you make it mean something. What do you make it mean?
I do. It's all in my head. I make it mean that I'm talking nonsense and I'm from another planet and they don't understand what I'm saying. You know, because I've done a lot of spiritual work before, and I've noticed that a lot of people, like in my family...
Hold on, no, that's just, you're just going to...
Well, I was going to say that I'm dragging that into it. So when I go to explain this, I feel like they're looking at me still trying to explain something from the past. Oh boy.
No, I'm just listening.
Yeah, exactly. That's the look I get right there.
Am I? Oh, I thought it was me listening. No. You know what it was? That's why I had to look at my face. You just said something and I forgot what it was already. It was right before you said something about bringing it from the past.
Right. In other words, they already have a mental concept of me. And so when I go to share this, it's different than what I've ever shared with them before, but I have this fear that they're thinking, oh, here's another one of her things, you know, like...
So show me what a mental concept is. So you said, when I go to talk to them, they already have a mental concept of me.
Right, like, oh, she's in her woo-woo stuff again.
No, I want you to look out there. I want you to show me a mental concept.
Oh.
Let's look over here. Let's see on the side of her. Can we see it? For sure.
I'm totally mental.
Right.
And then how about over here?
Right, but if they start making facial expressions like Alex, then I start reading it, you know, like...
So you guys are ready? Count of 3. I want you guys to all make a facial expression. Ready? 1, 2, 3. See?
Okay. It's still distracting though, you know.
Yeah. So watch this. Those facial expressions will never go away. Who's the person speaking and creating? What's that? Who is that?
No, like...
Everybody look at her, funny! Oh.
See, I don't come up here.
No, I love it. We're at session 8, so it's like the family, you know. Yeah.
Who's creating this?
I mean, I couldn't do this in session 1. Some of you, she is weird.
Who's creating it is me. And who am I is Alexandra, who loves and cares about the people I'm sharing this with, and who wants them to also benefit. Well, that's why today was a little.
Just do with that. Your mind just went, and it took off. It was your mind too, it was your brain, it wasn't you.
So because I love them, that's the space I'm coming to, and I want to support them.
And does your love for them, does that go away when you get a funny book?
Actually, it deepens, you know. Always share from that space,
What's that space?
just loving them and wanting better for them.
That's our work. That's Good. Anybody else? Yeah. You're not wearing shoes? Just kidding.
Anyways,
We did that for you.
what is it the question that you asked? What is the question?
So, you're
The
incomplete.
incompleteness, right?
Yes, you're incomplete.
My incompleteness is this, that I have brought people and they have enrolled. I share my great truths, you know. I believe they get excited and they see it, but they're not enrolling. And that's frustrating.
Frustrating.
Yes.
Yeah.
For example, today I had a list of 30 people that was calling, okay? I got to 7 people, and I haven't enrolled anybody.
So what have you been saying to them?
For example, I have one of the person that I spoke this afternoon, and I said to him, I said, listen, I want to share something with you. I want to share a possibility of a happy family with you, because I know that's what you want to share with me. You're concerned about your mother and brothers that don't care for her. How would you like to have a loving family that care for your mother? He said, well, that's my dream. I said, I have you back, and I want that for your mother also. And I know when you can get that. I'd like you to join me tomorrow at 7 for 3 hours, so you can see what's possible for you. He goes, oh, I love to, but there is somebody that's coming from the country and I have to take care of it. Then I have another one that,
So stop right there, okay? Because this, you know, it's really great, because one of these can represent several
all right.
conversations. So when he said, I can't, pretty much he has to do something else, so other people coming, right?
Yeah.
So there's something that you said to yourself right then.
Next.
Well, not surprising, don't you? I've coached her a few times. She goes, woo, right there. So there's something, okay, I got that. But there's something that you said about him or the situation. Because I can hear it, you were standing for something.
Yeah, I'm standing for him, for a brothers and sisters that cares for their mother, which he loves his mother.
Clear.
Yes.
Yeah. And when he said something, you can't be there. You'd say next. Share.
Oh
Do share.
my God. It's the same thing I told my husband. It's yesterday, 1:30 in the morning, I shared something, and my husband's asking me, why is he really changing when I can do it? So my answer to him, I said, you know, you want to be in the place you are? Welcome to it. Stay there. I'm going.
So,
So my thought was like, you don't want this in our sort of family. Because I'm standing here. That's my thought. I'm standing here for you. Have you back. Love to see you from the transformer to go on. Stay there.
anybody ever have those thoughts before? No, no.
I didn't hear the first, what did you say to your husband? I didn't hear the first part.
Well, oh, I'm sorry. I shared with my husband yesterday from the advanced course. I'm like, I'm on fire. I get home and I said, you know, I can see this possibility for us, for better marriage, for, yes, I can see the possibility for a better marriage. I can see I'm rolling you for friendships and love and possibilities. And he looked at me, he goes, and I see a change of you, and you make I believe. And I got angry and I said to him, I said, you know what? You want to be in the same place you are without friends, without love, without friendships and community? That's what you want? Stay there. Welcome. I'm going. So that's what I did to him also.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did to the other one. The other one did that.
Well, it's no wonder why. So look, I really, first of all, I acknowledge you for getting on the court and inviting people. We want to share this work. We want people to have
Yes.
breakthroughs with their families, people that they love.
Yes.
They still get it. It's really inspiring.
It's important to me
Yeah.
to understand that we're just humans. I got humanity yesterday. I got humanity yesterday. I understood it. And I want that for everybody that I come across. I'm all in. This is important to me.
You know what? This is so great because later on, we're going to get into hidden agendas. Okay, so you're saying that you want someone to do the landmark forum, transform their family, and they say, I can't be there.
I know what it is.
Hold on. It's funny, everybody looks over that way. I look over there. So you, just give me a second. I want to make sure I distinguish this for you. It's going to take a second. So there's inauthenticity.
Yeah.
What is it?
Control.
Okay.
It's control. Because I'm very powerful.
Well, control, it's not quite in the, it's not, that's not inauthentic. That's not the inauthenticity. What is it? You guys can hear it, yes? Can you hear it yet? It's always the last person at the microphone, I know that gets it.
No,
Right.
because I'm taking this control because it's like this. I'm here, I'm offering this opportunity. I have your back, I'm excited for you. I'm in control here, come with me. And then they say no because this and that. I lost control at that point and I said, what's the point of keep going?
So what do you appear to be doing?
What I appear to be doing, I'm appearing to caring. That's really.
Yeah.
Wow.
And who's that about? About you or about him?
It's about me.
Sorry, I don't get that. Sorry.
Yeah,
The
that's great.
caring, like you said that, how did you know about that, the caring part? Where did you see, how did you catch that you don't care?
She's discovering it.
But how did, what clicked for you to?
So what clicked for you, Dolce?
Because it's out of my control. Whatever is out of my control, I don't care.
Well, remember, we're not talking specifically about control, because that kind of creates like a, A surfacey kind of
Okay,
thing.
so coaching, yeah.
so what did you just say? What did you say, you guys? You just said something.
I don't care.
Yeah. What you appear to be doing is that you were wanting to enroll him in something,
No.
First Family Transformant, but really what you're doing is, as soon as he says no,
Yeah, but I don't say anything, I just say,
Well, okay, so you gotta, consider you have a hidden agenda. So you'll go out there and be really, really nice to people, and care about them, and, wow, this is the greatest, I want this for you, and as soon as he just, it's the only thing he said, I can't be there. And who does this now become about?
about me.
Yeah,
Is it because I'm pouring myself out and you don't understand, so I'm suffering for you and now you don't want to do anything, so
well, suffering is,
the suffering meaning I am pouring out
it's not,
myself.
it's an inauthenticity, that's all it is.
Okay,
You're appearing to do something, it's inauthentic. And you get something out of doing that.
Validation. It's the only thing that occurs to me.
See, isn't it a lot easier, you guys, to quit on somebody? Really easy, right? Make it about yourself, or say, oh, they couldn't be there.
And you know, I did the same thing to my business.
Yeah.
I did the same thing to my business.
And this isn't just her, okay? This is human beings.
So how can I get a breakthrough?
Okay?
Because I care for them, really I do. I
Yeah.
want to see their family transform.
So you gotta give up whatever's there for you. Talked about giving something up in the last session, right?
Yeah.
Getting up to assessment or concern, comparison, getting up to regret or resentment or frustration, letting something go.
Let something go. The story is, let the story go. It's just what it is. I invite it, you cannot do it now. I'll create another possibility right now.
When? When?
Call him back.
It's that simple.
Yeah, it's that simple.
And look, has your stand gone away?
No,
No, it's still there.
no.
So what's possible now?
It's possible for him to have his family transformed.
Yeah. And you're in shock.
Incredible thing when I said to him, you know what, I'm standing with somebody so big. This is what I see you. I could hear on the other side. Like somebody standing for me.
And nobody's going to share the limerick for me. It's you.
Yeah.
You're gonna work. I'll do it. Okay, so can you guys all forgive yourselves? Anything that was there last session? Yes? All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to get with a partner. I want you to share with your partner to get complete from last session, or to either get complete that something's still there for you. Okay, and then you brought someone and they didn't register. You might be frustrated about that. Okay, get complete from last session. And to generate what's next for you and taking on regarding sharing your transformation. We've got a lot of great sharing tonight. Okay? So again, you're going to share to get complete from last session and then generate what's next for you to take on regarding sharing your transformation. All right, I'm going to give you guys about a minute and a half each. You can say, wow, who am I going to share with in my life? You can create that, okay? A minute and a half each. Go ahead and turn your partner and share.
Who goes first?
Person with the lightest eyebrows. Person with the lightest eyebrows goes first. Go ahead and switch if you haven't switched. Please switch. 1.5 more minutes. Please switch.
So mine is the one that
Okay. I had a hard time. Okay. Yeah.
I will be.
Okay, 15 more seconds. Start to wrap it up. 15 more seconds.
That was for the left side, and this is for the right side.
Okay, please acknowledge your partner. Okay, so our next session, if there's anybody again that you would like to talk to or invite, you need any coaching around that, please let me know. Every single session, as we've said, is we have an introduction video here for you, okay? All right, great. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna work on our last, okay, totally too fast. We're now gonna work on your assignments from last session. So in our last session, we began to explore the possibility, being the inquiry of creating the experience of being in the zone. And what we said last week was there was a paradox, right? The paradox of being in the zone is the more you try to get there, the more you miss it. Yeah. So being in the zone is not a function of what you do. That's why you can't do anything to be in the zone, right? Being in the zone is not a matter of trying to focus or try to concentrate more or work harder at what you're doing. Being in the zone is a matter of you fully being where you are, being the present, doing what you're doing. So we got that being in the zone always begins with giving something up, giving up your assessment or a concern or a comparison. Maybe you're comparing with your past with your future, right? Or an opinion that you have. So what really gives you being in the zone is giving yourself fully to the fulfillment of a possibility. And your assignment was to take on the practice of giving up whatever you needed to give up so that you could be where you are, giving yourself fully to the fulfillment of a possibility. And you know what? This morning I thought, you guys, I woke up, Angela was already gone, and I was laying there, and I had the dog, just, you know, going to sleep with the dog. And I don't even want to know what you're thinking. So,
Very comfy thing to do.
he's just a cuddler. And I was like, and I really don't want to go to work. I really don't want to do this and that and whatever. And I stopped. I'm like, oh, I'm totally thinking about that. I don't want it. And I just stopped and I go, man, being in the zone. You could continue being, you know, in the I don't want it, or you could be being in the zone. And I just sat up in bed and I got up right then. And it was like, oh my God, I was so excited about this. I didn't get a chance to text you all, but I was like, oh, I'm going to share with them tonight. So it's so powerful. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to share. I know I've heard a lot from a lot of you this past week. And you know, some of you may have had breakdowns over this, or you may have had breakthroughs. You might have had some insights, big or small. So I want to hear from you. So what opened up for you out of doing the assignment from last week? Half of you moved away. Yeah, go ahead, Alex. And then somebody back here. Yeah, Scott, Amanda, Maria. Let's see. Is this kind of... Let me see if this will work. If it does, I'm going to shut it off. Hello? So this is the breakdown and I'm going to get the staff tomorrow about the audio. Okay.
We had the group call last week, leadership about being in the zone. As soon as we hung up, it just like entered into that, and everything that evening was very much not thinking about anything in the future, just not thinking about anything in the past, just being completely in the zone. Whatever it was that I was doing, whether it was listening to a song in that moment, driving my car to go play softball, and then once I'm getting there, being with my teammates and talking to them and laughing with them and not thinking about the game that we're about to play, or if we're going to go out afterwards and have something to eat or have some drinks or something about work. I was just like being there with them, you know, playing in the game, also just like having fun and pitching. And if there was a bad play, I was like, I wouldn't think about like, oh man, shoot, now we're gonna like score 2-3 runs out of it. No, I was just like, okay, that happened, that's fine. And just, I don't know, the whole time, and then just cheering also my teammates during the game, which is something that I usually don't do. I mean, I might do a little bit of it, but I don't fully express it because I'm like, I don't know, that's like too much clapping. What's the other team?